Hello students, today we are going to continue with second and last part of chapter number 3, that is diversity and classification in animals. So let's start. Different animals have developed different shapes to survive in the environment. There is a great variety in the body structure of animals too. The amoeba that cannot be seen with our eyes, the huge elephant, the small snail, the fish that swims in water, a kite that flies high in the sky, butterflies that flit around flowers, a house lizard that crawls on a wall are all animals. Each has different characteristics. Animals have body parts like a head, a neck, a torso. Torso is a central part or core of many animal bodies. A tail and limbs, a part of an animal body different from the head and torso, such as a leg, arm, or wing. For movement, they have various organ systems which carry on various functions inside their body. In this respect, too, there is a lot of diversity in animals. Can you tell what are the differences in the body structure of animals like a snake, a lizard, a tiger, a fish, an eagle, a hen, a crab, a housefly, an earthworm, a crocodile, and a grasshopper? Out of all the above animals, tiger is a mammal. It has head, neck, torso, and two parts of limbs for movements. Snake, lizard, and crocodile are reptiles. Snakes have limbless body. Lizards and crocodiles have smaller limbs in comparison to their bulky bodies. There is no major distinction between head and torso as there is no distinct neck present in these animals. Fish is completely aquatic animal. It has a streamlined covered with scales. It swims with the help of fins and breathes with gills. An eagle and a hen are birds. Their body is covered with feathers. Both have wings, but eagle can fly at height due to its powerful wings. Hens cannot fly to a height and is usually seen pecking at the ground level. An earthworm has segmented body which is slippery and tapering. There is no distinct head, torso or limbs in such invertebrate animals. It does not even have a vertebral column. Housefly and grasshopper are both insects. Both of them have 6 pairs of legs. The hind legs of grasshopper are very strong and thus it can jump to a longer distance. Housefly has delicate wings and thus keeps on hovering over a small area. In both of these insects, they have head, thorax and abdomen in common. Crab's body is covered with a thick and hard shell. Crab has 5 pairs of legs. The first pair of these legs is modified to a form pincer or chila, which is used for capturing a prey. This animal is seen in the coastal part of the sea or banks of rivers. The structure of the body is very different in it. We see a variety in animals with respect to their food as well. Since animals depend on others for their food, they are found in places where food is available. Different animals have different methods of obtaining and eating food. This too leads to differences in their body structure. Now, here is an activity for you all to do. Observe the animals in your surroundings, make a list of their names, and complete the table, which you can see on the screen. Here is another activity. Take a drop of water from a puddle and place it on a glass slide. Observe it under a microscope. What do you see? When a drop of water from a puddle is seen under a microscope, innumerable microbes can be seen moving about in it. Microbes are tiny living things that are found all around us and are too small to be seen by the naked eyes. They live in water, soil, and in the air. You will see the continuously moving amoeba. The paramecium is also a unicellular animal like the amoeba. A horse, a bear, a tortoise are multicellular animals. We have learned about unicellular and multicellular in previous lesson. Unicellular means organism which with one cell, and multicellular means organisms with many cells. Can you tell what is the chain of bones in the center of our back called? The chain of bones in the center of our body is called a vertebral column. Animals with a vertebral column and those without it form two groups known as the vertebrates and invertebrates respectively. So animals with a vertebral column are called as vertebrates and animals without vertebral column are called as invertebrates. Snakes, birds, fish and kangaroos as also humans are vertebrate animals. Animals such as snails, cockroaches, earthworms do not have a vertebral column and therefore they are invertebrate animals. Name some animals which lay eggs and others which give birth to their young ones. All the birds lay eggs. The snakes and lizards also lay eggs. All the mammals such as cat, dog, lion, tiger and human beings give birth to their young ones. We have learned that producing another living thing like oneself is called reproduction. A hen lays eggs and hatches them. After a few days, the young chicks hatch out of the eggs. A cow gives birth to a calf. Before that, the calf grows within the cow's body. According to the mode of reproduction, animals are classified into two types, namely oviparous animals which lay eggs and viviparous animals which give birth to their young ones. Where are the animals, namely a horse, a bear, a tortoise, an alligator, a fish, a deer, and a frog to be found? Horse, a bear, and a deer are terrestrial animals. Out of this, horse is a domestic animal. Bear and deer are wild animals. Fish is a completely aquatic animal. It cannot survive out of the water. Frog is an amphibian. It can live in water as well as on land. It can breathe in water with the help of skin and on the land it breathes with lungs. Alligator and tortoise can swim in water and can also crawl on land, but they cannot breathe inside the water. According to their habitat, animals are usually classified into terrestrial and aquatic animals. Terrestrial animals lives on land and aquatic animals lives in water. However, animals like a frog, salamander, toad live in both places, namely land and water. Therefore, they are called amphibious animals. A kite, an eagle, a crow, a butterfly, a honeybee all fly in the air. Though they live in different places, these animals are said to have an aerial mode of life. Use your brain power. What are the different criteria used to classify animals? Animals are classified according to the cell structure, vertebral column, method of reproduction, and habitat. Always remember, in this living world, a lot of diversity is seen both in animals and plants. Every plant and animal is unique. We should all make efforts to conserve this diversity in the living world. So students, I hope you all understood chapter number 3. Soon we will meet with next chapter. Thank you for watching this video.